guys, let's have a little bit of a conversation here. Next time you find yourself in a conversation with a friend or a family member or somebody online, and they start getting on to you about illegal immigration, one side or the other, doesn't matter. Maybe ask a few questions. Maybe just bring up certain issues and subjects when it comes to politics and illegal immigration in this country, and try and get them to justify their opinion, especially if they are pro-illegal immigration and open borders. Ask them to justify their opinion based on a few key things. Now, what I want to talk about here is what I call the Great Switch. No, I'm not talking about the whole Southern strategy and all that stuff where Republicans were all of a sudden voting for Democrats and Democrats were voting for Republicans and all that kind of crap. There is some truth to that, but not nearly as much as they give credit to it. But either way, whatever. We're not talking about it in this particular video. We're talking about the Great Switch that happened, well, right around the time Obama got elected when it came to illegal immigration in this country. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm 41. I remember back to Reagan. That's about it. I don't have any memory of any president before him, but going back to Reagan and with Bill Clinton and with George Bush, all the way up until Obama, you see, it was always Democrats who were border hawks. It was always the left, the liberals. And why? Why, you may ask? Well, see, it was because they were for the working man. They were for the unions. They were for workers' rights. And bringing in lots of cheap, illegal labor, which is exactly what was happening and is still happening today, hurt American workers. It hurt families. It hurt jobs. It hurt the economy across the board. And the Democrats knew this, and they were actually right for a very long time. It's one of the few things Democrats have been correct about, okay? And at this same particular point in time is when, well, Reagan basically gave citizenship to more illegal immigrants than any other president has ever, since, before, anything. He let millions and millions and millions of illegal immigrants become citizens, okay? Why? Why would a Republican president, the great Ronald Reagan, do that? And why did George W. Bush not seem to have a problem with illegals either? Why was it that the Republicans seemed to have an issue, or actually I should say no issue at all, with people being here illegally? Well, because they were for big business and cheap labor, and that's what was coming across the border. They were very, very loose on immigration, even though both parties talked about having a secure border and fighting illegal immigration. At the time, Republicans didn't mean it. If you remember, I believe, was it 2005, 2006? It was the Democrats, led by Nancy Pelosi, that were the ones that pushed forth a bill to make George W. Bush build a wall. Okay, this was something that was supposed to be done back in G.W. Bush's era that the Democrats wanted done. They were trying to get a wall built back then because they were the border hawks who wanted to save American jobs. So here's what I want you to do. I want you, next time you find yourself in a conversation with somebody about illegal immigration, just point out these simple facts and ask them if that changes the narrative for them at all. You see, my personal position is that illegal immigration is bad. Just come here legally, do it the right way, and we're good to go from there. And that used to be the philosophy of the Democrats. Again, the one thing they might have actually gotten right. And now it's not. And really ask yourself why that is. Why is it that a party most known for victimizing minorities throughout their entire history, it's what their party was originally based on, it's what they did all the way up until the 1960s when they tried a new tactic when it came to minority communities, specifically the black community in this country, which was to ghettoize them, destroy the family, put them in a little welfare state of their own, and use them as just a constant source for votes, turning the black community in this country into a poor voting bloc for Democrats. Ask yourself with that knowledge, and ask your friend who challenges you on this issue, what's going on now? Why would all of a sudden, over the course of just the last 10 years, Democrats go from fighting for the workers of this country to trying to bring in more cheap, illegal labor. You think it has something to do with votes? You think it has something to do with the fact that most people that come here from Mexico, from Honduras, from our southern border tend to vote Democrat? Do you think that could be it? Do you think that maybe, just maybe, they're willing to sell out you and your rights and our sovereignty and American jobs just so that they can get a few more votes?